Breaking news on CBS2 News at 5. Chicago police say they are closer to identifying the possible persons of interest in the brutal attack of Empire star Jussie Smollett.
A police spokesman tweeted that detectives have located a surveillance camera that shows potential persons of interest. Now we're waiting for pictures to be released. Smollett told police he was beaten by at least 2 people. Then a noose was put around his neck and bleach poured all over him. Smollett says the attackers were yelling racial and homophobic slurs.
And more breaking news almost 50 years after one of the country's most infamous murders. Charles Manson follower Leslie Van Houten just got the green light for parole, and this is the 3rd time a state panel has recommended parole.
But then Governor Jerry Brown twice blocked her release. Van Houten was 19 when she helped kill Leno and Rosemary LaBianca in 1969. She has spent more than 4 decades behind bars. Governor Gavin Newsom will now have the final say on whether Van Houten is released.
Local hospitals under fire after sending an 84-year-old patient to a closed assistance center, and that left a woman to wander alone. And that patient's daughter wants to know why this all happened.
Well, today, hospital administrators gave her an answer, and CBS 2's Dave Lopez is live in Long Beach with their explanation. Dave?
Well, Pat, there is certainly a difference of opinion here in this Long Beach area. The family says that the mother, the woman in question, suffers from Alzheimer's, should have never been released from the hospital. The hospital in question sent out a statement not too long ago saying that the woman insisted on being released and that the family knew about it. The family says, no, we didn't. The sight of seeing her 84-year-old mother, Savina Zerbe, on this security video, trying to get inside her care facility is heartbreaking for her daughter, Costanza Zerbe.
Really sad. I mean, this is my mom who a year ago was driving.
Alzheimer's has left her mother with the mind of a small child.
She cannot be alone. So Regency Palms is very aware of her condition and they have acted to protect her.
And she has no problem with the fact that her mother's care facility, Regency Palms in Long Beach, sent her to a hospital. She needed treatment. What she can't understand and is demanding answers for is why the hospital not only released her without letting her know, but put her in a cab, she alleges, at 3 o'clock in the morning and had her driven back to the facility and simply left outside to fend for herself.
The hospital did nothing to ensure, to understand her. We even told them that she has Alzheimer's.
Ms. Zerbe said she wanted her mother to go to Long Beach Memorial Hospital, but the paramedics said College Medical Center, which was only 2.5 miles away, would be faster. Ms. Zerbe said her mother was extremely agitated that night, and after spending 4 hours in the emergency room, was told that she'd be admitted. The daughter then went home, and hours later received a call from Regency Palms, not the hospital, and was told, your mother's back here.
My mom is lucky that she didn't wander off or get kidnapped or hurt.
Would you like to talk to anybody from the administration?
Security stopped me today from entering College Medical Center. We wanted to know, why did you release this woman? And why did you put her in a cab and send her back to her facility? According to state records, regulators that oversee hospitals throughout the state found 5 deficiencies last year, 2018, at College Medical Center. I am told that a hospital this size, 121 beds, the average deficiencies found in 1 year is no more than 2. Ms. Zerbe was told today she will have a face-to-face meeting with the hospital staff.
I am hoping that they apologize.
That meeting, I am told, is scheduled for February 11th. Meanwhile, the state is investigating, will only say that they are investigating what happened here. As for the statement from the hospital that they followed all procedures and that she insisted on being taken home and that the family knew about it, the response from the family is that she has Alzheimer's. Doctors have a report saying that she cannot make a decision on her own. And she said the hospital did say they were releasing her and they would call us back and say how she was going back to the facility. She said that phone call never came. Reporting live from Long Beach, I'm Dave Lopez, CBS 2 News.
Dave, thank you. Now, the man caught on camera punching 2 women on a downtown LA street has turned himself into police.
Yo, my man, what the f?
Police say this video shows 30-year-old Arca Arugian hitting 2 women, then just running away, as you see. The attack happened over the weekend. Arugian surrendered to police last night and has been booked for assault with a deadly weapon. His bail has been set at $90,000.
And developing news now, voluntary evacuations just ordered as days worth of rain heads for Southern California. Those voluntary evacuations affect the Holy Fire burn area of Orange County, and they take effect tomorrow morning.
There's also a lot of concern tonight in La Habra, where a drainage ditch collapsed last week, creating a giant sinkhole.
Wow, CBS2's Cristy Fajardo is there live with a look at the race to get it fixed before that rain comes. Cristy.
Yeah, Pat, crews are so concerned. They've been working 12-hour shifts. And take a look, they've even brought in lights to keep working after it gets dark. And they have a monumental task. That sinkhole was 100 feet long and about 15 feet wide and full of dirt. In the meantime, neighbors are putting up with noise and also sporadic power outages, but they're hoping the inconvenience will be worth it once the rain comes.
They're working around the clock.
Just feet from Rena Menchaca's front door. There is a race against the weather. Rain is in the forecast.
I have to get sandbags and put them by my door.
And there is still a big gaping hole at the Coyote Village condos on Imperial Highway.
I don't know how long it's going to take them to fix this.
Last week, an underground storm drain buckled under the weight of soggy earth. Trees disappeared and the ground along with it.
I don't feel safe yet until everything is fixed, and I'm just sure that my house is not in danger.
That's why crews are scrambling to dig out the storm drain, scooping out tens of thousands of tons of dirt. An assembly line of semi-trucks hauling it all out, and they have made progress. Take a look. The drain is now exposed, the graffiti along with it. Still anxious homeowners have put out sandbags, cautious about whether it will all work.
They haven't really said anything, so it's just what we see going on here.
And crews have just fired up the generators to power the lights and plan to be here a while. They tell me the goal is to clear out the drainage ditch or the storm drain here by the end of tonight. Now, Orange County Public Works is helping with the cleanup. They have declared this an emergency, but they tell us that it is a private storm drain, and so ultimately the cleanup, the cost, as well as the repairs later on are the responsibility of the HOA. Live in La Habra, Cristy Fajardo, CBS 2 News.
Wow, what a mess. Garth Kemp's been tracking the conditions.
That's right, Garth. Can you tell us when that rain is coming and just how much we're going to get?
Yeah, well, the first system is not as bad. The second system looks a little more, but nonetheless, don't let that fool you, because we still could get some thunderstorm activity rotating through the area as we progress in through the day tomorrow. So let me show you what's happening right now. The center of the low sitting well off San Francisco right now, but you can see the front starting to move in. The problem with this is that's why they're concerned about the burn areas. You can see some convective, some thunderstorm activity offshore embedded into this as it continues to move in. This will be sliding down into our area. Pat, the question you're asking about the timing, I could answer you right now, but I'm going to make you wait just a few minutes. I'm going to show you everything. 3 storms coming our way, but it's really the second one I have big concerns about. So we'll show you all that coming up in just a little bit.
And you know what that sound means. We are getting closer and closer to Super Bowl 53 right here on CBS 2.
All right, check out our countdown clock there. That's the official countdown clock. Just 3 days left until the Rams and the Patriots clash inside Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz Stadium. CBS 2 team is in Atlanta for that game.
And we kick off today's coverage with our Jim Hill and Kevin Cuenca. Jim, let's start with you. What's happening?
Pat, it's getting closer and closer. That's what's happening, and people are starting to talk about this game more and more and more, and the excitement is really starting to build. And when you two get here, it's going to be at a fever pitch, that is for sure. But let me take you back just a couple of years now to when Sean McVay was first hired as head coach of the Los Angeles Rams. One of the things he knew he had to do was to completely change the culture of the team, and he did that. And he did it in perfect fashion with such slogans like "We, not me." And earlier today at the press conference, both sides, Coach McVay and his players, talked about the culture that he has established.
I think everything goes back to the relationships, and that's the foundation of everything that we do. And then, you know, it's a shared ownership, and I think that people want to feel like they're a part of something bigger than themselves, and when they do feel like their opinions matter, they're truly heard, but they're dealt with like grown men. You know, there's a mutual respect that exists between our players and our coaches, and it's all about us working in the same direction and figuring out it's not necessarily who's right, it's what's right.
I think it's just a huge group of people that are doing it for each other, and there is, you know, really no selfishness. I think when you look at our team, you know, you take Aaron and Todd, for example, you know, two of our better players. And when they can set the example as being, you know, two of the hardest workers on our team, and two guys that are completely unselfish, that trickles down. And I think, again, it starts at the top with Sean.
Got us here to the Super Bowl. I mean, what he's done for us as a team and as an offense, a lot, man. You know, just his energy he brings every day, you know, his good attitude. And, you know, you like working for a guy like that. So it's great to have him as our coach.
And you know, Pat and Jeff, sometimes you wonder, when you see the Rams have an exciting play on the field, sometimes you wonder who's having more fun, the coach or the players, because they're both excited, jumping up and down, and they're both happy for each other. And we hope to see a lot of that come Sunday against the Patriots. Back to you in the studio now.
That's for sure, Jim. Now, Jim, which players would you say have taken a big leadership role with this team?
You know, it's really amazing you asked that, Pat, because Jared Goff just talked about that when he talked about Aaron Donald, and he talked about Ndamukong Suh and Marcus Peters and Aqib Talib, and a lot. When you think about it, they all have taken leadership, and they all help each other. That's one of the wonderful things about this particular team, and they talk about the we, not me. They're all in this boat together, and that's one of the big reasons why they won the NFC Championship, and that's one of the big reasons why they have a good chance at winning the Super Bowl championship, because they are indeed all in it together, a team. And when you have a team like that, sometimes it's hard to beat. Back to you.
Yeah, we hope so.
All right, Jim, thank you. And now to our Kevin Cuenca at the NFL Fan Experience.
Wow, Kevin, it looks like a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, Jeff and Pat, this is a lot of fun. This is like just this huge interactive theme park. It's an NFL fan's dream, and I'm actually joined by a very special guest. I want you guys to take a look at the Vince Lombardi Trophy, named after the famous Packers head coach who won the first 2 Lombardi trophies. And this is what the Rams and Patriots will be playing for on Super Bowl Sunday in just a few days. Like I said, this is the theme park. This is an expansive Super Bowl experience. You see all the fans walking around, going from team to team. There's a locker room, there's helmets, there's all kinds of activities and stations set up for people to check this out. And they just had a great performance by the Frederick Douglass High School Marching Astros. I want you guys to take a listen at this amazing performance. Jeff and Michael, this is just a lot of fun for me to be able to come out here and experience this. I feel like a big Rams fan just being here, hanging out, and seeing all these exhibits. A lot of fun. Let's get it back to you in the studio.
All right, Kevin. Well, you know, most Rams fans know our head coach, Sean McVay, grew up in Atlanta.
Yeah, you got a chance to talk with the coach's high school coach today, right?
Yeah, Alan Chadwick is the longtime coach at Marist School. He showed up there 42 years ago, and he's actually been the head football coach for 35 years. We got a chance to go hang out with him earlier today. Just a really great guy, and we'll have that story for you a little bit later right here on CBS2. For now, we're live at the Super Bowl Experience in the ATL. Back to you in the studio.
All right, thank you, Kevin. And Jeff and I will be joining Kevin, Jim, and the rest of the CBS2 team in Atlanta later this week. Our Suzanne Marquez is already there.
I'm going under. Whoa! I'm on a plane. I'm on a plane.
At least we think she is. Hold on to your hats for this one. Coming up in just a few minutes, Suzanne tests out the most popular display at the Super Bowl, a virtual reality skydive right into Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
See, I'm glad that's already been done. Look at it. Plus, out of the mouths of babes, Suzanne finds out who the kids at the Super Bowl are rooting for and why.
And we talked to the male LA Rams cheerleaders who will be breaking gender stereotypes at the Super Bowl.
Well, that's straight ahead here at 5 o'clock as we count down to Sunday and Super Bowl 53 right here on CBS2. Well, LA, as you know, is Rams country. So what do you do when you're a Patriot in Rams country?
There are a few of them. Well, if you're the students at a local school, then you maybe change your mascot. That would be a good idea.
Plus, why Super Bowl week is one of the best weeks to buy a big screen TV.
And details on the Super Bowl pizza deal for parents-to-be.
Hey, everybody, I'm Garth Kemp. Coming up, We have some water, some rain to go with that big old sodium wheel you just saw. We'll show you 3 storms heading our way coming up.